Good afternoon, konnichiwa, haisai. Please rise for the academic procession. Madam President, distinguished guests, oysters, family and friends from near and far, and especially today's graduates, welcome to OIST's 2024 graduation ceremony. Thank you for being here with us today to celebrate and honor our students who are graduating from our PhD program over the previous year. My name is Heather Young. I'm the Vice President of Communications and Public Relations here at OIST, the Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology. Thank you for joining us here on campus, and thank you to those who are joining via our live webcast from around the world. As you know, OIST is located in Okinawa, a region with a long history and a unique culture. Let us begin today's ceremony with a traditional Okinawan opening, which will be introduced by Misato Matsuda and Chiaki Chibana.
Good afternoon, everyone.
生からワッターがヒージーから停止にソウルウチナーグチチカティエーサチウンヌキヤビラ
We would like to use Uchinaguchi, the indigenous language of Okinawa, for the introduction of this opening.
卒業するオイストの新刊茶カリウシデビル
First of all, congratulations to OIST graduates.
チューヌフクラシャヤカジャディフモーティグスージサビラヤ
We're dancing Kajadi Fu today. This song is about a joy that cannot be expressed through words.
アンサーに 우느 립방과 다초를 운나는 마치는 면会우세 무르 왔다 오이스트 신간지 아나토이비
In front of this beautiful pine tree of Onnason, we have OIST community members dancing and singing for you today. Let us introduce the performers. The Sanshin players, Chintamis. We're honored to have Satsuki Ageda, who's been teaching Sanshin for the OIST community for several years now. And from the left, Ayame Munoz, Chiyo Eto, Taku Arai, Nick Shannon, Maria Miller, Yoshiki Ochiai, Maya Ann Street, and the dancers.
アンサーにモーヤーターやアミチネン香り山城直子徳本歩み長いアンサーにあやぷかなといびんまたワッターティーガネサーヌ清見クーリンウイビンアンサー中井シンシータ島袋流千尋会のシンシータムルティーガネシクミソウちゃん
And Kiyomi Kuli has been helping us, and we would like to thank Shinshis or dance masters from Shimabukuru Chihirokai for helping us for the preparation today.
東安市カジャデフ海かきやびら
We hope you can feel the sound of Okinawa through Kajadifu.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Nife Didiru. Today, we celebrate our new graduates who have gathered here in front of esteemed faculty, their peers, their loved ones, special guests, and the OIST community to be awarded their diplomas and hoods with their uniquely Okinawan red border. This will mark the conferment of their PhD degrees. And we do so with gratitude to so many supporters, including Ona Village, the Okinawa Prefectural Government, and the Government of Japan. Please join me in welcoming our soon-to-be graduates to the stage. Please be seated. To begin today's ceremony, let us welcome to the podium the President of OIST, Karen Markidis.
Good afternoon, and welcome to this 2024 graduation ceremony at OIST. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate this very special occasion. I also want to extend a warm welcome to today's distinguished guests. Mr. Yuichiro Koga, Parliament Vice Minister of the Cabinet Office. Mrs. Asako Omi, Member of the House of Representatives, Secretary General of the LDP OIST League. Mr. Kosabaru Nishimi, sorry, Member of the House of Representatives, the former Minister of State of Okinawa and the Northern Territories Affairs. Thank you. And Mrs. Aiko Shimajiri, Member of the House of Representatives, the former Minister of State of Okinawa and Northern Territories Affairs. Mr. Tomohiro Yara, Member of the House of Representatives. Mr. Tomomi Taruya, the Vice Governor of Okinawa Prefecture Government. Mr. Masaru Yamashiro, the Vice Mayor of Ona Village and his colleagues. Mr. Denchitsu Ishimini, the Mayor of Yomitan Village. Professor Reiko Kuruda, our commencement speaker today. Next is a person that would have liked to be here. Professor Torsten Wiesel, a recipient of this year's honorary degree from OIST, and he will send a message that you will see a little later, but he had to prioritize his 100th birthday. Also, I want to welcome our Board of Governors and our Board of Councillors. And of course, colleagues and friends from the OIST community too. And most importantly, welcome to today's graduates and your families and friends. is with immense pleasure and pride that we all come together today to celebrate the outstanding achievements of our 29 OIST graduates. Dear graduates, the journey that led you to this day has not been an easy one. These last 5 or so years that you have spent at OIST, you have collected experience that are unique to you. Graduate education is in many ways a personal development, building your character and resilience, in addition to all the skills that you acquire in exploring new knowledge. This journey is filled with excitement and also challenges. You also have to overcome another unexpected challenge when COVID halted our society. In OIST's unique open academic environment, you have led your own personal journey that has brought you here today. At OIST, you have received a world-class education and under the mentorship of today's leading scientists and teachers. But OIST has also raised your expectations for yourself. I hope you carry with you the curiosity in your minds that you have cultivated here at OIST. And you carry with you the motivation on pushing boundaries and striving for excellence, not settling for anything less. And finally, carry with you a lifelong pursuit of verified knowledge. As you leave here, we hope that you choose to become an active alumni of OIST, staying engaged with us. I also want to take a few minutes to thank the many faithful friends and supporters of OIST who have helped to strengthen this university so that we may provide opportunities to advance such bright and open minds full of talent and ambition. OIST is able to attract some of the brightest and best students, researchers, and staff from Japan and over 80 countries and territories. OIST is one of Japan's most significant investments and a gateway to the world. This investment is more important now than ever before, and we thank all the visionary individuals who believed in this potential and those who see its impact and continue to believe and support OIST as a successful model of a graduate university for this century. OIST's impressive mark on the scientific research and education landscape will now be further strengthened as OIST entered into a phase of combining excellence in research and education with meaningful collaboration on a local, national, and global scene. We hope to make you a proud alumni of OIST. Let me end by saying, personally, and on behalf of the entire faculty, students, and administration body of OIST, our deepest congratulations to you and your families. Thank you very much for enriching our lives here at OIST. We are looking forward to celebrating your many accomplishments in the years to come, and remember that you are always welcome here. Congratulations again, and good luck.
Thank you, President Markides. And now, as we recognize their tremendous support over the years since our founding, we are honored to receive a message from the Okinawa Prefectural Government, who will be represented by Takekune Ikeda, the Vice Governor of Okinawa Prefecture. We apologize for an incorrect title just a moment ago. Consecutive translation to English will be provided. Mr. Ikeda.
はい、ただいまご紹介いただきました沖縄県副知事の池田でございます。本日知事の祝辞を預かってきましたので、私の方から紹介させていただきます。
As introduced, my name is Ikeda, Vice Governor of Okinawa Prefectural Government. On behalf of Governor Tamaki, who is unable to attend due to other commitments, I'd like to read his congratulatory message.
ハイサイグスヨ中がなびら、本日科学技術大学院大学第6回学位期授与式が執り行われますことを心よりお喜び申し上げます。
Hello everyone, how are you? Or in Okinawan, Haisai Gusuyo Chuganabira. It is my great honor to address you on the occasion of the 6th graduation ceremony of the Okinawa Institute of Science and Technology.
学位期を授与される修了生の皆様、誠におめでとうございます。また、修了生のご家族の皆様をはじめ、OIST関係者の皆様にも心よりお祝い申し上げます。
First of all, I'd like to express my heartfelt congratulations to the graduates who will receive their degrees today. I would also like to extend my congratulations to the proud parents and to the OIST community.
OIST は設立から10年余りが経過し、ノーベル生理学・医学賞受賞者をはじめ、優秀な人材を輩出するなど、国内外から高い評価を得る研究機関へと成長しました。修了生の皆様におかれましては、世界最高峰の研究環境を提供するOISTで、互いに切磋琢磨しながら専門性を極め、本日の学位期授与式を迎えられましたことに深く敬意を表します。
In its first decade, OIST has grown into a highly respected research institute in Japan and around the world, and has produced and attracted outstanding scientists, including a Nobel laureate in physiology or medicine. To the new graduates, I'd like to express my deepest respect to you for reaching the heights of your expertise through inspiring each other and successfully completing your PhD program here at OIST, an institution that offers a research environment of international excellence.
修学の間、新型コロナウイルス感染症のパンデミックをはじめ、安全保障環境の緊迫化など、世界情勢の激変を目の当たりにし、将来の研究活動に対する皆様の志にも少なからず影響があったかと思います。
During your PhD studies, you have witnessed drastic changes in the world, such as the COVID-19 pandemic and the growing tensions in global security, which may have had some impact on your aspirations for future research activities.
OIST が立地するここ沖縄は、豊かな自然と多様性を互いに認め合い、平和を尊ぶ独自の文化を有しております。研究生活の中で皆様もきっと沖縄の文化に触れることがあったでしょう。皆様がOISTから飛び立ち、それぞれの道を進む中で、異なる背景を持った仲間と培った温かい絆や平和を希求する沖縄の心をどうか忘れず、科学技術の力を活用し、世界の平和と持続的な発展に貢献する人材としてご活躍されることを期待しております。
Okinawa, where OIST is located, has beautiful nature and a unique culture that values diversity, mutual respect, and peace. While immersing yourselves in science, I am sure that your exposure to Okinawa's culture has also been a source of inspiration. As you leave OIST and embark on your own journeys, I hope that you will remember and cherish your bonds with colleagues from different backgrounds and the Okinawan spirit of embracing peace, and that you will contribute to world peace and sustainable development.
今後の世界の科学技術の進展を牽引するのは皆様です。OIST で培ったネットワークや経験を生かし、皆様がそれぞれに輝かしい成功を収めるとともに、時には沖縄との絆を思い出していただきながら、科学技術が人類全体の幸福に寄与するものとなるよう、新たなステージで力を発揮していただきたいと思います。
It is you who will lead the future advancement of science and technology in the world. I hope that you will utilize what you have learned and the network you have built at OIST to achieve great success in your respective fields. Please remember your connection to Okinawa as you demonstrate your abilities on a new stage and contribute to the world well-being of humanity through science and technology.
結びに、栄えある門出を迎えられた修了生の皆様の揚々たる前途を祝福しますとともに、ご列席の皆様のご健勝を記念申し上げ、お祝いの言葉といたします。 令和6年5月25日、沖縄県知事玉城デニー代読でございました。本日は誠におめでとうございます。
In conclusion, I'd like to offer my best wishes to all the graduates as they embark on their new journeys, and I wish all those present good health and prosperity. May 25th, 2024, Governor of Okinawa Prefecture, Denny Tamaki, read by Vice Governor. Congratulations.
Thank you for those kind words and for your continued support. Please share our appreciation with the Governor and with your colleagues. We also acknowledge and appreciate the continued support of the Cabinet Office of the Government of Japan. Today, we are pleased to hear from their representative, Parliamentary Vice Minister Yuichiro Koga. Mr. Koga, welcome.
Dear excellent graduates, distinguished colleagues and guests, good afternoon. I'm Yuichiro Koga, Parliamentary Vice Minister of Cabinet Office. Congratulations to the 29 graduates who have gathered here in Okinawa from 15 countries and regions of the world. Over the past 5 years, you have applied yourself tirelessly to your research. At the same time, you have experienced firsthand the history, culture, and nature of Okinawa and interacted with its people. There is no doubt that these will all serve you as a valuable asset in your future life. You are now ready to take flight from Okinawa out into the world. It's my heartfelt hope that you will act as bridges connecting the world to Okinawa and to Japan in the spirit of Bangkok Shinryo, or a bridge of nations which has been passed down over the centuries from the days of the Ryukyu dynasty. The establishment of OIST was proposed and advocated by Omikoji Sensei, the then Minister of State for Okinawa and Science and Technology Policy. He believed that worldwide development of science and technology required the establishment of a new type of graduate school meeting the highest global standards, and that Okinawa was the place to make this possible. OIST was thus established and opened in 2012. What does it take to create new value that propels the world forward? We must break out from our old shells and actively interact and mix with others. There is this story in the United States. Two researchers who are in completely different research area were talking while standing in line to use the copy machine in the university. At the time, they realized that they could do research combining each other's field. This led to the Nobel Prize last year. That is why OIST is committed to internationalism, the blending of human resources across nations, and interdisciplinary, the blending of science and technology beyond the boundaries of individual fields of study. The establishment of this institution is truly symbolic of this process. OIST was created through Omi Sensei's efforts to fuse together the two different administrative fields for which he was responsible: promoting science and technology and promoting the development of Okinawa. This is how OIST came into existence. And in less than 12 years since then, OIST was earned international acclaim for its achievements in both education and research. OIST was ranked 9th in the world in terms of its share of articles published in high-quality natural science journals by the Nature Index 2019. Needless to say, OIST took the top rank in Japan. I'd like to express my deepest respect and gratitude for the tireless efforts of President Marquez and all the members of OIST. In particular, OIST has attracted global attention in the environmental field, including the discovery of new materials for use in solar cells. In its current session, the Diet of Japan has just completed its deliberations and enacted a law on promoting a hydrogen society. Since becoming a Diet member, I have worked with Cabinet Office State Minister Kudo and others for the promotion of hydrogen energy, the ultimate form of clean energy. My home prefecture of Nagasaki has more isolated islands than even Okinawa. For this reason, I have a particularly keen interest in OIST's focus on research and development of the clean energy resources of isolated islands. Today, environmental deterioration on a global scale is casting a dark shadow over the future of humanity. Bringing together the highest knowledge to overcome this crisis is a common and urgent challenge facing all of humanity. This is also our responsibility to future generations. From the bottom of my heart, I wish that OIST research will continue to be a source of hope for humanity. OIST is not only engaged in global challenges, it is also contributing significantly to promoting the development of Okinawa. 45 startups have been launched with the OIST support. Among these, 30 have made Okinawa the base of their activities. Human, material, and financial resources are drawn to places where new value is being created. With this in mind, I would also like to express my respect and gratitude for OIST becoming a center for promoting the development of Okinawa. As I have outlined, OIST is a university that thinks globally and acts locally, and an institution worthy of aspiring to the highest standards of the world. I sincerely hope that all the graduates will pursue their careers with the greatest pride. In closing my remarks, as the representative of the government of Japan, I call on all of you gathered here today for your abiding support and cooperation toward the continued progress of the graduates and OIST. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for your message and your continued support. And thanks to your colleagues here today, Asako Omi, Secretary General of the LDP OIST League, along with Kosaburo Nishime, Aiko Shimajiri. OIST appreciates the League's strong policy-making support, and we ask you to please pass along our gratitude to your cabinet colleagues in Tokyo. We are also fortunate to have Tomohiro Yara, a member of the House of Representatives today. Thank you all. I know our Okinawa officials and our Cabinet Office guests have other commitments and will have to make an exit before the end of the ceremony, but thank you for joining us today. Thank you. Thank you. We have received congratulatory messages from some who are unable to attend, but I have the privilege of sharing one now. This comes to us from the chair of the Liberal Democratic Party League for OIST, Kisaburo Tokai. Congratulations to all of our graduates who will receive their degrees and to their families. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you. OIST is a graduate university established here in Okinawa by then Minister Koji Omi with the philosophy of creating the best graduate university in the world. Today, it has been more than 20 years since its conception and a decade or so since its opening. In that time, OIST has grown into one of the world's top university and is about to achieve further growth with the addition of 29 alumni from 15 different countries and regions around the world. As the Liberal Democratic Party League for OIST, we work to support this university, and we are happy and proud of OIST's progress to date. All graduates will be working as scientists to tackle various challenges that humanity will face. We hope the graduates will use the knowledge they have gained as scientists at OIST and the bonds they have formed with their fellow students to become active in various parts of the world. We, LDP League for OIST, will continue to support you wherever you are in the world, and we will also continue to support the growth of OIST. In conclusion, I would like to congratulate all the graduates and their families on this wonderful day to express my deepest respect to President Markides and all those involved at the university. Thank you for the message. This is only a small selection. We have received many messages. Thank you all. They will be shared with the graduates and with all of OIST. Now, Now, one of the great traditions of commencement is the keynote address. It is an opportunity to hear from someone whose achievements and words may inspire us all. Today's honored speaker will be introduced by our president, Dr. Markides.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker. Professor Rieko Kuroda is an eminent scientist, an innovator, a pioneer, working at the intersection of scientific disciplines. She is also a passionate advocate and champion of many critical issues facing our society. Every challenge presents an opportunity, and I'm reminded of this when I reflect on Professor Kuroda's journey. Because every time she's faced with problems, witnessed an injustice, or saw the need for improvement, she sees it as an opportunity to expel something new, maybe something exciting, or maybe something that can be used to benefit society. She is known for her groundbreaking work in the field of chirality, connecting the tools and knowledge from the chemical world with the living world. Professor Kuroda exemplifies the belief that scientists and curiosity-driven research can make our world better. Through her work as a scientist, professor, and mentor to many, she has made significant contributions to education, science communication, science policy, sustainability, and the promotion of women in science. She has received numerous prestigious awards and recognitions and has served on many advisory boards at the highest level around the world. Her dedication to science, education, and equality is an inspiration for us all. And finally, what many of you might not know is that she also has a very special connection to OIST, that she will share in her talk shortly. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Professor Ryoko Kuroda.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty, researchers, staff, students, parents, and families. Dear graduates, today marks a significant milestone in your lives, a day of celebration and reflection. As we stand at the threshold of a new chapter, poised to venture into a new world, I'm honored to address you on this important occasion. What is the world we are facing? We are facing change on a global scale, including climate change, the outbreak of pandemics, and rapidly changing, developing science and technology such as generative AI, information technology, and genome editing. Some say we are in the VUCA world. You might have heard the word VUCA, in which V stands for volatility, U for uncertainty, C for complexity, and A for ambiguity. V, U, C, and A are complicatedly intertwined. Then, what can we do? We must have deep understanding, insights, and vision, and create strategies with diversity and agility. We must clarify the vision by pursuing what kind of world do we want to create, rather than what is required now. Predicting the future is important. However, in our rapidly changing times, it is crucial to articulate the kind of future we desire, the society we aim to create, and the hopes and intentions that drive us. A good example is the 17 goals of SDGs, which outline the ideal future, including no poverty, no hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, and so on. I think the notion of what kind of world do we want to create, rather than what is required now, is also important when pursuing science and technology. Our world is being dominated by technology. Entirely new technologies may emerge in future, and you may be the ones who start these. There is a need for highly educated people like you, who bring critical skills like creativity, critical thinking, design thinking, empathy, adaptability, and communication. In other words, we need people with high intellectual intelligence and also high emotional intelligence. I'm confident that OIST graduates meet these high standards. OIST conducts world-class research and develops scientific talent. It was founded by the Japanese government to contribute to science and technology worldwide, attract leading researchers from Japan and around the world, to conduct high-quality research, advance the development of a world-class research hub, and nucleate a knowledge cluster that will catalyze technology transfer and industrial innovation in Okinawa. OIST is an interdisciplinary graduate school without departments, and courses are not restricted to a single discipline. It is international and diverse, OIST shows remarkable statistics, with 64% international faculty members from 68 countries and territories, and 80% international PhD students from 54 countries and regions. The ratio of women is 19% for the faculty members and 38% for the PhD students, respectively. When normalized by the size of university, OIST was found to lead the world's most prominent research. I admire the people who made these achievements. As a board of governors, government officials, administrative staff, faculty members, research unit staff, research support staff, and last but not the least, students for the last 10 years or so. I have a special attachment to OIST because I was a member of the International Advisory Committee for establishing OIST during the period of 2002 to 2004. I attended several meetings in the west coast of the United States and in Okinawa. Let me show you some photographs taken then. Although the quality of the photograph is not that good because I didn't keep them well. It is before the advent of digital cameras and smartphones. This helicopter, we flew in to inspect 3 potential OIST sites and snapshots inside the helicopter. A map of the proposed construction site shown to us at the time, and snapshot of the dinner after the committee meeting in Okinawa. You must recognize some familiar faces. Torsten Wiesel, here and here, who is receiving an honorary doctorate from OIST today, Sidney Brenner, the first president, Richard Friedman, Susumu Tonegawa, Akito Arima, and Koji Omi, actually standing next to him here and here. I also visited Tom Cech, the Nobel Prize laureate, when I happened to know him well, when he was involved in building Janela Farm in Washington, D.C., to seek his advice on how to build world top-class research institute. He gave me important advice on the design of building, for example, ensuring that scientists from different backgrounds cannot avoid meeting each other face-to-face every day. How to attract world-renowned scientists and so on. I made a report and handed to Mr. Koji Omi, the Minister of State for Science and Technology Policy, as well as the Minister of State for Okinawa and the Northern Territory there. Mr. Koji Omi made a great contribution to the establishment of OIST. At that time, I was a member of CSTP, Council for Science Technology Policy, Cabinet Office, a predecessor of the current CISTI, and I met Mr. Omi once a week. So, through many people, this is how OIST came into being. Outside my research, I've been quite busy, perhaps because I was a rare woman scientist. I was the first woman to become a full professor in the field of natural sciences in the University of Tokyo. I was involved in gender, G7 GIAC, appointed by Boris Johnson, Chancellor Scholz, and Prime Minister Kishida, or involved in W20, that's the G20 summit as well. For the science policy, on top of the CSTP, I was the Vice President of ICSU, International Council of Science, and also science communication. I wrote an article in 1996 about science in society, science for society, that actually led to the science communication activity in Japan and also give a hint to SDS. Also, environmental issues. I was a member of Science Advisory Board of United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon's Day for establishing SDGs. I talked about my interest in gender, science policy, environment, and so on. But in fact, I'm not a sociologist. I'm a crystallographer, I'm a spectroscopist, and I'm a molecular and developmental biologist, covering a wide range of research. So, let me briefly tell you about my research on chirality and how I came to do such broad range of research. My journey may give you some hints when you face problems or make decisions in your career, although the situation now is quite different from my time. If an object cannot be superimposed on its mirror image, as is the case with our hands, it is said to be chiral, or to have chirality. So chiral actually means hand, handiness, or left and right hand. Chirality is important because of the homochiral biological word, that means only D-deoxyribose in DNA, or only D, that means right-handed, ribose in RNA, and only left-handed amino acids in proteins. That is common to bacteria, plants, animals, in all living organisms on this earth. I coined the term chiromorphology from the two words chiro and morphology to describe a research field that reveals link between the macroscopic and the microscopic phenomena or object using chirality. Chirality is ubiquitous in nature. It's from elemental particles to molecules to organisms and crystals. So try to link these things. For example, in the material world, we want to understand how billions of molecules gather to form either chiral or non-chiral crystals through chiral discrimination at the molecular level. In the biological world, although animals, including humans, appear symmetric, however, their internal body is completely chiral, and that is determined by genes. How is this information coded in genes transmitted to the higher order form across the biological hierarchies? That is the question. This illustrates my work on chiral solid state chemistry, but do not worry, I'm not going to bore you with this. I just want to point out that solid state chemistry is rich and unique and different from conventional solution chemistry. So, to understand what is happening in the solid state, we want to measure spectra, we want to understand this electronic state that we call CD, circular dichroism spectroscopy, but you cannot measure this using commercially available instrument. I realized the importance of CD spectra in the solid state during my PhD work. So using the commercially available instrument, I developed several methods to measure crystal CD. The KBO disk method is now widely used all over the world as a routine method. But I kept my interest, and much later, I developed two types of novel spectrophotometers, so UCS and marginal CD. For the work of chiromorphogenesis of the animal body plan, I have chosen to work on this freshwater snail called Limnaea stagnaris. I've shown handiness is determined by a single gene at the fertilized egg stage. And looking at that gene by genome editing, that's a CRISPR-Cas9, turned righties and lefties from generations to generations, just like this. Further, mechanical manipulation at the HCL stage, pushing embryos, changed can reverse the chirality, but only to that generation. So I'm working hard to explain what is actually happening at the molecular level. But further, I extended my work to a snail-borne neglected tropical disease that's called schistosomiasis. Because the parasite requires an intermediate host, it's called Bifolaria gravulata, that is phylogenetically close to the Limnia stagnalis I've been working on for my chirality work. In the wild, there are two strains. One is resistant, one is susceptible to the parasite. So I want to understand what is the difference, what makes the difference, that's the immune system of that parasite. And I try to control this terrible disease by doing that. So look at my career. I obtained PhD from I did the CD. Then my PhD is to do the absolute configuration that determine the left and right through X-ray diffraction. But I was not satisfied with that only. I want to do work on CD spectrophotometer myself, but there is no CD in the department. So also in Institute of Solid State Physics. So I went to other department to borrow it, but realized the importance of single crystal CD, as I told you earlier, and that requires the change in the instrument setting. You have to go back to the instrument using the screwdriver and changing the gain, and of course I wasn't welcomed. So what happens? I had to go to the factory of the instrument maker called Jasco. Then there I learned a lot. This is why I could develop new instrument. This is how it is. Then I obtained a PhD degree from the University of Tokyo on these topics. But job situation at that time was pretty difficult even for men. I realized no prospect of finding a research position for me in Japan. So I went to England, which really broadened my horizons. Going abroad was not that common at that time. In England, I went to the Department of Chemistry, King's College, supported by the Science Research Council of UK for 13-month contract. The supervisor is Professor Steve Mason. He is the world expert in CD spectroscopy, color spectroscopy. Although I was appointed as a specialist in X-ray diffractometer, there's no X-ray diffractometers in the chemistry department, King's College, surprisingly. So I went to Queen Mary College to borrow their diffractometer. But I realized there's a very good machine in the Department of Biophysics in King's College. And Maurice Wilkins, Nobel Prize laureate, together with Jim Watson and Crick for the DNA structure, was the head of the department. And Dr. Steve allowed me to use his instrument. So in return, I helped his research group. Then I was offered a research fellow position, that is 5-year contract, supported by the Cancer Research Campaign. Then later I became a full-time employee of the Institute of Cancer Research UK. And the research topic was X-ray diffraction, studies of DNA carcinogen and DNA anti-tumor drug interactions. But I was not satisfied with that only. I also want to work in molecular biology, because crystal is something artificial, slightly distant from what is actually happening in the body. So I learned molecular biology in the evenings and at the weekends at the laboratory in the same department. This is why I can do molecular biology. I'm getting more and more interested in life sciences. So what is this? Curiosity driven, isn't it? Not satisfied with that only, I want to do some related experiments myself. Then Faced with some problems, no job prospect for women in Japan, no 3D spectral photometers available, and have to go to maker's factory. No X-ray diffractometer in the chemistry department, and went over to the biophysics department. So, when you run into some trouble, it may be a chance to jump into something new, more exciting, more beneficial to society. Because I'm grateful to the many people who have helped me in my career. Because the JST Erasmus program helped me greatly, and also friends, postdocs, students, technicians, administrators at the University of Tokyo, Tokyo University of Science, Science and Chubu University. But also, I'm grateful to my parents for allowing me to attend university and the PhD program. At the time, only 7% and 2% of women, respectively, received tertiary education. Dear graduate, I'm sure you're grateful for your parents for encouraging you to go to OIST for your PhD studies. Dear parents and families, I'm sure you're proud of them and you deserve it. In a book award, innovation through science and technology is the key. Science is fascinating, revealing the wonders of nature, saving people's lives, and benefiting society. You are the graduate of OIST. You can lead the way. The world is waiting for you. Congratulations again, and thank you for your kind attention.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Professor, for your words of wisdom and such a meaningful message really about perseverance. We are very pleased to present an honorary degree today. I would like to invite Provost Amy Shen to the podium to provide the introduction. Madame Provost.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we're very humbled to present an honorary degree to Professor Torsten Wiesel. Professor Wiesel has held academic positions at Johns Hopkins School of Medicine and Harvard Medical School, where he was chair of the Department of Neurobiology. Professor Wiesel also spent significant time at Rockefeller University and served as its president for 7 years. In addition, he also served as Secretary General of the International Human Frontier Science Program Organization in the early 2000s. Amid his long resume, Professor Wiesel was a founding member of OIST Board of Governors and served as the co-chair for more than a decade. During this time, he shared his unwavering commitment to establish a framework for international cooperation with a focus on fostering high-quality research and providing opportunities for young investigators and also students. Thanks to the vision, mission, values, governance, and guiding principles he helped set in place many years ago, OIST as its very solid foundation. His contributions and legacies are widely felt to this day, and we're very grateful for this opportunity to recognize his extraordinary contributions to OIST. He's also a 1982 Nobel laureate in physiology or medicine. Professor Wiesel could not be here in person today because he's very busy celebrating his 100th birthday in New York. But we're fortunate to have a video message from him.
Greetings from New York. And I'm very sorry not to be with you in person. But first, I'd like to acknowledge that it's a great honor for me to receive this recognition from OIST. I think for me, OIST is like a dream come true. It was now 23 years ago that Mr. Omi invited me to be part of the group that helped to form an interdisciplinary university in Okinawa that should become, as Mr. Omi liked to would say, best in the world. The amazing and the gratifying thing is to know that just 10 years after opening, OIST now ranked in the top 10 best research universities in the world. It all began for me with a thrilling helicopter ride above the beautiful island of Okinawa to help choose the area where the campus would be built. In some ways, the making of OIST was an experiment, somewhat modeled after the Rockefeller University in New York, with no department, a kind of experiment to see if, by having students exposed to early on to all disciplines, perhaps you will create new science. Students would be ready to bridge gaps between disciplines and come up with new methods and new ways of thinking about issues. This is my continuing hope for the future of OIST. Now, by accepting this honor, I would also like to recognize several other key figures in the development of the university who we are indebted to, all of whom are no longer with us, sadly to say. Sidney Brenner, he was the first president of the OIST, then called the Promotion Corporation. Mr. Akito Arima, an amazing person who co-chaired the board with me, and of course, Mr. Koji Omi himself, finance minister of Japan. These three individuals were critical for the full realization of OIST and making the dream come true. I thank you, and I wish you a good evening.
I would like to call on the President to make the award of Doctor of Science to Professor Torsten Wiesel in recognition of his significant and lasting impact on OIST's vision, mission, and guiding principles, as well as his sincere dedication to sharing scientific knowledge with future generations globally. The hood, with its unique black trim representing our Honorary Doctorate Award, will be accepted on behalf of Professor Wiesel by Provost Amy Shen. Again, please join me in extending our heartfelt congratulations to Professor Wiesel as we express our deepest gratitude. Okay, thank you. Yes. you go. Thank you. Now it is time to shift our focus to today's graduates. On that note, I hand over the microphone to Harry Wilson, my colleague from graduate school. Dr. Wilson.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you, Heather, and it's great to be here again. It's my honour to guide you through the PhD conferment today. So this year we are proud to witness this special moment for 29 graduates from 15 countries and territories. Combined, they have dedicated over 300 years to their post-secondary education. While these numbers themselves are impressive, it's really the brilliant and resilient individuals that make this group special. So before the presentation of degrees, I would like to call on Professor Thomas Bush, the Dean of the Graduate School, to preside over the awards and to give us some context to their achievements. Professor?
Dear graduates, before we award you your well-earned degrees, I want to take a moment to thank you for spending some of your most creative and productive years with us. These years weren't always easy. You faced challenges and obstacles, but you persevered. You grew as scientists and as individuals. You tried new things, found new ways of doing them, and you succeeded. You created knowledge and understanding that was not here before. You're leaving here with more than a degree. You're leaving with memories of some of the hardest work you've done and some of the best times of your life so far. Your success is crucial for advancing our knowledge of the world and is an integral part of OIST's success and of our community. Thank you very much for being part of OIST's story. I also want to take a moment to recognize the faculty and staff who have guided and supported you through your journey. Their dedication and hard work have contributed to your success as well. Also, your families and friends whose unwavering support has helped you reach this milestone. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, remember that the world needs your talent, your creativity, your resilience. You have the power and the responsibility to make a significant impact, whether it's in academia, in industry, or in any other field you choose. Keep learning, stay curious, and never stop exploring. Please also stay connected to the OIST community. The relationships you've built here are invaluable, and you are now part of a global network of alumni who are making their mark on the world. Thank you again for being part of OIST's story. We're incredibly proud of everything you've achieved, and we've immensely enjoyed working and doing science with you. We're eagerly watching what comes next for you. Congratulations from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you, Thomas. First, I would like to ask the President to approach the stage and join the Dean in the centre. I will then call on each graduate in order of their graduation date. So you will come to the centre stage, the degree will be awarded by the President, and the hood will be placed by the Dean of the Graduate School. And then we'll have a video message from your supervisor. Cool? The first student is Theodora Bolunis. Theodoros Bolunis. Theodoros is from the Nick Cormack unit, and his thesis was on plasmonic tweezers for trapping nanoparticles. And now we will have a brief message in video form presented by the supervisor.
I first met Theo when he was an intern student in the group of Professor Muklasawan. I recall how he was really keen to do research that would have impact on society, and at the time he considered nanoscience to be the forerunner. During his time at OIST, he was heavily involved in outreach, visiting schools and organising many events, while also exploring his own interests in business and development. Teo won so many prizes during his PhD, including a JSPS Fellowship, an SPIE Optics and Photonics Education Scholarship, a JASO Honours Scholarship, and OIST's 3-minute thesis competition. Since completing his PhD, Teo works as Head of Research and Development at TIP QC, a quantum computing company aimed at providing quantum algorithms to enterprises in a sustainable and responsible way. Congratulations, Dr. Bolumas, on making your dreams come true.
Congratulations, Teo. Our next student unfortunately cannot be with us today, but he is able to join us online. So welcome, Otis Brunner. Otis studied under Professor Satoshi Mitarai, and his thesis was on hydrothermal vent communities across the Northwest Pacific Ocean. His degree will be accepted on his behalf by the Dean of the Graduate School. And now we have a message from his supervisor, Professor Satoshi Mitarai.
Otis, O-T-I-S. His name is spelled almost like OIST. Indeed, Otis was a very active and dynamic student leader within OIST. He founded the UMI, the University Maritime Initiative, to promote marine science, not only within OIST, but also to the broader Okinawan community. He also served as an excellent mentor, lecturing at the local high schools, not once or twice, but 15 times. In his PhD study, Otis analyzed the connectivity of hydrothermal vent fields in the Northwest Pacific based on the species distributions and ocean circulation patterns. He successfully identified key sites that should be protected from deep sea mining. He did very well. Congratulations, Otis.
Congratulations, Otis. Our next graduate is Ali Rahmani, who studied under Professor Elliot Freed for his thesis on the Landau-Levitch problem in pneumatic liquid crystals. He also can't be with us today, so the award will be accepted on his behalf by the Dean of the Graduate School. And we have a video message from Professor Freed.
Ali is one of the most focused, hardworking graduate students I've had the pleasure to work with. He's also unfailingly kind, polite, and ethical, a good citizen in all respects. Ali came to OIST with extensive training in fluid dynamics, numerical methods, and asymptotic analysis. At OIST, he greatly expanded his knowledge of those areas and developed excellent laboratory skills to boot. I wish Ali the best of success in all future endeavors, professional and personal.
The next recipient is Shubham Deolka from the Kuznetsova unit. Shubham is also joining us online. Hello, Shubham. So his work was on the many uses of naphthyridines as ligand scaffolds in metallo-organic chemistry. The degree will be accepted on his behalf by the Dean of the Graduate School, Thomas Bush. And a message from Professor Julia Kuznetsova.
It's my pleasure to congratulate Dr. Deolka once again during this ceremony. Shubham's PhD journey was quite remarkable. He first joined my group as an intern coming from the lab that was studying jumping crystals. Here, he jumped into a new field of organometallic chemistry, and he finished his journey with a long and impressive list of publications and collaborations. The important qualities that I think led Shubham to this success was Shubham's courage to start working on a new and difficult project, his ability to observe and try out many new ideas. But what's even more important is that we all enjoyed working together, studying new exciting nickel complexes, solving mechanistic puzzles. And Shubham made many good friends at OIST. Shubham's research made contribution not only to our group, but also to organometallic chemistry as a field on a global scale.
So our next student is with us here today. Thomas Burns worked on his thesis on geometry and topology in memory and navigation with Professor Fukai. Thomas. And now we have a note from Professor Fukai.
Hi, Tom. 卒業おめでとうございます。Congratulations on graduation. I'm happy to meet you again. Yeah, when you started your PhD with me, yeah, because of differences in background between us, so we sometimes struggled in understanding with each other. But I feel you did quite good, especially in the final year of your PhD training. And I'm happy to know that you are now doing even more better in your new place. And your strength, I think, is interdisciplinary background in biology and mathematics. And I hope you will be even more successful in future. And please do not forget me and OIST and Japan.
Next in order today is Osamu Horiguchi. Horiguchi-san studied under Professor Watanabe, and his thesis looked at group A transcription factors in the ctenophore Bolenopsis mikado. That's a comb jelly for those unaware. And now a message from Watanabe.
I am very pleased to congratulate you on achieving your degree. About 6 years ago, you began research in my unit to solve the mystery of neurons in comb jelly, a very old animal knowledge. And research on comb jelly was extremely difficult, especially when you joined our team. However, you solved many difficulties one by one, and with the support of JSPS fellowship and cooperation with many people, you made a completely unexpected discovery. Now you are working at a very big company, Amazon Web Services. So your future career may be a little bit different from evolutionary biology, but I believe that your flexible mind will help you navigate a variety of business challenges. I'm very looking forward to hear from you, hear about your career, hear about your personal achievement. Wish you the very best, whatever doing in your life. Stay in touch. Congratulations.
Next up today is Ratchapan Rotratana Domarong. He studied under Professor Yokobayashi, and he was looking at modeling ribozyme fitness landscapes. Yes, I did have to practice his name. We know him better as Gia. There is a message from Professor Yokobayashi.
To explain Gia's work in a few seconds, he studied how ribozymes, or RNA molecules that have catalytic activities, evolve at molecular level using a beautiful combination of experiments and machine learning, which led to a publication in Nature Communications. As you know, RNA became a household name due to the pandemic, and it's now one of the hottest areas in the pharmaceutical industry. And of course, everyone wants to use machine learning for everything today. So it's no wonder that someone like Kier, who has extensive experience in both RNA and machine learning, is highly sought out. Right after the graduation, he was offered a nice position in a major pharma company in Switzerland, where he's probably making more money than I. It was my great pleasure having you in my group, and I hope you make a groundbreaking contribution to medicine someday.
Thank you, Gia. Joining us next on stage to receive the award is Barnaby Smith. Barnaby studied under Professor Okada, and his thesis was on charge density waves in the material cerium tritelluride. And we have a message from Professor Okada.
Congratulations, Barney. Do you remember at first, by starting from building a big microscope, you were nervous and you were not sure whether you could graduate on time. But you worked very hard and finished as planned. You can do much more than you think, I think. Now you must be working for future quantum computation in a startup company. Please be ambitious and enjoy science. You also have a message from your buddy Yuita, who moved to Hiroshima recently.
Hi Barney, congratulations for your graduation. Please visit Hiroshima once if you have a chance. So see you, bye.
Congratulations, Barney!
One big family. So thank you. Next today, Angelica Koldeva. Angelica studied with Professor Pigalotti, and she looked at population dynamics of microorganisms. And a message from Professor Pigalotti.
Dear Angelica, it gives me great pleasure to congratulate you on your PhD. Angelica joined my lab at its early stage, and she has been a driving force in shaping the lab and contributed a lot to its success. In her PhD, Angelica developed a theory for how bacteria compete in small channels. She predicted that these competing species should organize themselves into stripes. So at the time, this was a rather non-trivial prediction. And the hallmark of success in theory is not only to make non-trivial predictions, but to see them tested in experiments. And Angelica achieved just that thanks to a very nice collaboration with the SHINE unit. So Angelica, you have been a great student and brought a lot of energy to the lab. We are very happy to have worked with you, and we wish you best of luck for your future.
Congratulations, Angelica. Joining us next is Hunter Barbie. Hunter studied under Professor Kono, and he looked at senescent cells and wound healing, and especially the role of extracellular vesicles. We have a message from Professor Kono.
Congratulations, Dr. Hunter Badi. So he's my very first student and he established all the experiment on his own. I'm so proud of your achievement.
Hi, Hunter. Congratulations on your graduation. Wishing you all the best.
Hello, Hunter. Congratulations for your graduation. I hope all the best in your future.
Congratulations, Hunter Barbie. Best wishes on your future careers.
Congratulations, Hunter. You are the first rotation student in Kona Unit and the first PhD student in Kona Unit. Also, the first graduator in Kona Unit. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Hunter, for the successful graduation and best of luck in the future.
Hi, Hunter. Huge congrats on your PhD defense, and I really hope you'll have many exciting opportunities in the future. All the best.
Right, the next student, Vivek Parikh. Vivek studied under Professor Dani, and he looked at excitons through photoemission and optical spectroscopy. The full titles of the theses, if you're not aware, are in this booklet. And a message from Professor Dani.
Dear Vivek, heartiest congratulations. It is truly wonderful to see you graduate. Finally. That's an inside joke in the unit. The truth is, Vivek did an astounding job for his PhD thesis. He kept annoying me till I was convinced I could trust him with our most challenging projects. Eventually, he mastered our difficult tabletop experiment to image how electrons move in materials after photoexcitation. He led or co-authored 2 Nature publications, a Science, a PRL, a Nature Nanotech, and 2 Science Advances during his PhD here. He won awards at nearly every conference he attended in his final year, and he landed a pair of prestigious postdoctoral fellowships at Caltech. Vivek, we miss you very much in the group. Your pioneering, hardworking spirit lives on in the next generation of students. And we hope you're bothering your colleagues at Caltech as much as you bothered us here at OIST. Take care from everyone in the femtosecond spectroscopy unit.
Thank you. Our next student unfortunately cannot be with us today. His name is Chao Lu, and he was a student under Professor Pigolotti. He looked at Cas9 target searching and recognition. His degree will be accepted on his behalf by the Dean, Thomas Bush.
Dear Chao, congratulations on your PhD. You have been an excellent student and it has been a pleasure working with you. Chao's PhD thesis focused on understanding how Cas9, a central protein of the CRISPR-Cas9 system, finds its target on the DNA. Chao's work significantly advanced our understanding of this fundamental biological system by thinking of it as a problem in physics. During his PhD, I've learned that Chao is a really deep thinker and matured a considerable scientific independence. He managed to work hard and cultivate his favorite hobbies. I learned recently that he is a very good classical piano player, although I never had the chance to hear his music. Chao, congratulations again. We have been happy to work with you and I wish you best of luck for your future.
Moving right along to our next student is Yanto Cannon. I should wait a little longer, I beg your pardon. Yanto studied under Professor Rosti, and he looked at multi-phase turbulent flows.
Congratulations.
And now, a message from the supervisor, Professor Rosti.
Dear Yanto, I want to congratulate with you for reaching this important achievement in your career. You are the first PhD student to graduate from a group, and you have set the bar very high for the next one to come. I was lucky enough that you decided to join my unit even before it was officially created. Indeed, I remember the first time we met was in Tokyo, when we had lunch together in an izakaya in Kakurazaka. Since then, we had many more together, indeed almost every day for the past 4 years. While playing chess, surfing, and enjoying Nomiodai together, I enjoyed watching your scientific growth, which led to several impactful research outputs, thanks to your keen scientific curiosity and wish to learn. In the past years, I had fun working together, even when you were submitting the revised PhD thesis at the last minute allowed from a hotel in the USA. Now that you have reached this important milestone, I'm looking forward to seeing the next steps of your career. Congratulations and good luck.
Next today, we are glad to honor Sara Nagasawa. Sara studied under Professor Eric de Schutter, and she looked at vesicle trafficking to understand their roles in synaptic plasticity. And once again, we have a video message from her supervisor.
Today we celebrate Sarah, who joined my unit in 2017. At that time, we were developing new software to simulate spatial and molecular properties of vesicles. Sarah decided to use this new technology to model the vesicular trafficking of synaptic AMPA receptors and its upregulation during early phase synaptic plasticity. She soon owned this challenging project and decided to split the model into 5 distinct subcomponents. She applied her magic to each of these components and, after a while, got each of them working so that they could be integrated into the first ever model of the role of vesicular trafficking in synaptic plasticity at a single spine. She wrote up her thesis in a hurry and defended it very successfully. Sarah left OIST 6 months ago to join an artificial intelligence company. Sarah, you were a great student. I wish you the best in your future career, wherever it may take you.
I think that's going to win the best supervisor's message. Our next student today, Anjana Krishnadas. Another graduate from the Okada lab. She looked at surface electronic state in superconducting oxide thin films. Anjana, congratulations. And a message from the supervisor, Professor Okada.
Congratulations, Anjana. Now you have the best sense to search for new quantum material films in my unit. You will probably soon go to one of the best-known national institutes in the US as a postdoc. This should be an excellent opportunity for you, for sure. Please be ambitious and don't forget to enjoy science. By the way, if you get contact from somebody called Yoshi asking for money, then it should not be me. But for future collaborations, I may ask interesting quantum materials from you. You also have a message from your buddy Yuita, who moved to Hiroshima recently.
Hi, Anjana. It was good to meet to work together very hard. So in the next step, please enjoy your research. So see you.
Congratulations, Anjana.
Next, Sarah Abdelal. Sarah worked with Professor Terenzio, and she looked at the effects of dynein roadblock on axonal transport and degradation. And now a message from Professor Terenzio.
Today, I would like to express my gratitude for Sarah's incredible contribution to my unit. And also, I would like to celebrate her achievements. It has been a real privilege to witness Sarah's journey. She joined my unit at its inception and took on a challenging project with determination and enthusiasm. From the very beginning, Sarah brought a level of dedication and passion that set the tone for excellence in the laboratory. She also contributed positively to the team by helping several colleagues with their project. Her hard work and perseverance paid off, culminating in the successful publication of her research. As my student, I couldn't be more proud of her achievement. Her journey doesn't end here. She's already embarked on a new adventure, securing a prestigious postdoc position at the UCL in the UK, where she will undoubtedly thrive in a fantastic lab environment. Sarah, your achievements speak volumes about your talent, your dedication, and resilience, and beyond that, you've been a guiding light for the unit, showing us hard work can really pay off. Congratulations, Sarah. I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to see the incredible contribution that you continue to make to science.
Congratulations, Sarah. Our next awardee today is Markel Pardo Almanza. Another student graduating from the Okada unit, he looked at tunable magnetic materials. And now a message from Professor Okada.
Congratulations, Markel. Before coming to my unit, you are from the chemistry field. But now, condensed matter physics is your additional expertise. Please don't underestimate the significance of the experiences you have. You're much more talented than you think. So it is essential to make what you want for future clear in your mind. Please be ambitious. By the way, before you leave OIST, don't forget to submit more papers about your interesting findings so far. You also have a message from your buddy, Yuita, who moved to Hiroshima recently.
Markel, congratulations. It was so fun for me to share with you a lot of things. So, have fun. See you.
Congratulations, Markel.
Next, Kota Ishikawa. Ishikawa-san, Kota-san studied under Professor Mitarai, and I don't know how to shorten this thesis, effects of mean flow and turbulence on planktivory by anchored garden eels and site-attached fish. So, congratulations. And a message from Professor Mitarai.
Kota studied the effects of turbulent flows on the feeding behavior of garden eels and the free fish in coral reefs. He worked almost every day at the OIST Marine Science Station in Seragaki. I want to thank my collaborator Amasa Genin for serving as Kota's co-supervisor. We saw Kota struggle at the beginning because the field was different from his background. In addition, the marine station was undergoing renovations. Despite these difficulties, Kota quickly optimized his experimental environment, studied fluid dynamics, and wrote up his first paper only about a year after starting his research, which was quite impressive. Congratulations, Kota.
Our next student today, Sergei Zobnin. He was a student under Professor Kenji Doya, and he looked at sensory-motor integration in the cerebral cortex. and a message from Professor Doya.
Sergey, you decided to address the fundamental question of how the brain integrates prior prediction and the sensory evidence in the form of Bayesian inference. So for that, you started a totally new experiment of monitoring the activity of neurons in the simultaneously the superficial and the deep layers. So, and you succeeded to implant the microprism in the mouse's cerebral cortex and monitor the activities of neurons in the superficial and deep layers simultaneously, thanks to the support by our calcium imaging guru, Brand Kuhn. So I'm very much proud of your groundbreaking work to clarify the dynamic computation in the cortical circuit. So you are starting a new POC program for the haptic device, and we wish you make another groundbreaking progress in your new project. So PhD, おめでとう。おめでとう。
Thank you, Sergey. Our next student today, our next graduate today is Shukla Sarkar. She studied under Professor Ishikawa, and she looked at the function of Jun-B in the CD8 cell response, the CD8 cell response. And a message from Professor Ishikawa.
Anushka, congratulations on your graduation. I am very happy to see your great achievement. Your PhD study contributes to our understanding of how killer T cells protect our body from bacterial infection. You identified Jun-B as an essential transcription factor for this response. In addition to these achievements, I'm very impressed by how friendly and helpful you are to everyone in the lab. I really like your positive attitude. You are a great immunologist. I'm sure that you can continue to achieve great success in your future endeavors. Good luck with your future challenges, Shukla.
Our next graduate today, Xiao Chao Chen, is also from the Ishikawa unit. She studied the role of Jun-B in chromatin regulation in T helper cells. And now a message from Professor Ishikawa.
Congratulations on your graduation. I'm very happy to celebrate your graduation today. Your PhD study revealed the mechanism of how Jun-B transcription factor promotes epigenetic program of T cells to induce autoimmunity. Your discovery has significant potential for new therapy against autoimmune diseases. I'm very impressed with your efforts to master bioinformatics on your own for this study. It's also impressive that you gave birth to a child during this time and managed to balance both research and family life. You should be proud of your achievements. I'm looking forward to seeing your great success in your future challenges. Good luck to you and your family, Xiao Chao.
And joining us now on stage is Maki Maeda. She studied under Professor Sheila McCormack, and she looked at design, fabrication and characterization of optical nanofiber cavities. And a message from the supervisor.
Maki Maeda entered OIST as a relatively mature student, having completed her undergraduate education with a major in chemistry in Australia. During her undergraduate studies, she began to get an interest in topics related to quantum physics and chose to take advantage of OIST's unique open and flat education structure to embark on a PhD doing quantum physics-related research. Maki easily overcame the early hurdles she encountered on changing her discipline from chemistry to physics, and was rewarded for her efforts by winning a Best Poster Prize at JSAP's annual meeting of the Photonics Division. Since completing her PhD, she has been awarded with a JSPS Overseas Research Fellowship to continue as a postdoc at University College Cork, Ireland. Congratulations, Dr. Maeda, and we wish you all the best in your future career.
Our next recipient today, Hong Ju Chiang. Where are you? He was a student of Professor Masai, and he looked at germ cell-associated kinase in zebrafish photoreceptor biology. A message from Professor Masai.
Honru is a highly motivated student, especially for the contribution to the medical science. In my unit, he focused on primary cilia. Primary cilia are antenna-like sensory organella protruding from the cell surface. Importantly, abnormality of the primary cilia causes human syndrome ciliopathies. He found that one of the kinase proteins, MAC, is required for cilium formation in photoreceptor neurons. These findings provides an important insight on the ciliopathy mechanism. After the graduation, Honru will work as a professional researcher in the United States. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future meetings and hearing your scientific advance. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Next, we call on Zhe Hao Cheng. Zhe Hao Cheng studied under Professor Yazaki Sugiyama, and he looked at the way that zebrafish auditory development occurs. And now a message from Professor Yazaki Sugiyama.
Zihao came to OIST from China as a PhD student just after graduating from the university. He might not have been the best student at that moment. He was naive, clearly, didn't have much confidence. But he has worked super hard. He always stayed in the lab, worked until the really late night, also worked on the weekend. He learned a lot and then grew up. Zihao, congratulations. You are now Dr. Chan. You studied really hard, always try to understand deep in the question to get your answers. You challenge difficult experiments to acquire complicated techniques. PhD is definitely your achievement after all those efforts. Zihao, you are now independent researchers. You are our colleague. Let's keep and enjoy our science together. Thank you.
Congratulations, and apologies for still getting the two of you confused. So, next today, Florian Lalonde. Florian studied with Professor Doyer, and he had an unusual project looking at planetary systems through numerical data imputation algorithms and machine learning. We have a video message from Professor Doyer.
Florian, you are the first student in my new computation unit to work on astrophysics. So you apply the neural networks for different topics in astrophysics, starting from whether our planetary system can stay stable or what kind of planets can exist in the entire universe. So working with you was an exciting interdisciplinary journey for me, thanks to the excellent guidance by the Elizabeth Tasker, our co-supervisor at JAXA. So you are pursuing an industrial career in Tokyo, and I hope you are good luck in your new expedition. So PhD, omedetou! Omedetou!
Our next student to award today is Kojiro Suda. Another student with Professor Kono, his focus was on the role of calcium-ion dynamics in cellular senescence. And a message from Professor Kono.
Congratulations, Dr. Kojiro Suda. It was truly my privilege having you here in my lab. And this is his first author paper, so I'm so proud of it.
Congratulations, Kojiro. I'm very happy that the very talented student finally became my scientific friend. Congratulations.
Hi, Ko. You did an awesome job. We are all really proud of your achievements. Keep it going, and I wish you all the best.
Hello, Kojiro. Congratulations for the graduation, and I wish you all the best in your endeavors in the future.
Hi, Ko. Congratulations on your graduation. Wishing you all the best.
Hi, Ko-kun. Cheers to your graduation and best wishes on your future.
Hi, Dr. Kojiro Suda. Congratulations. Best of luck in your research career.
Hello, Kojiro. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to your future success.
Our next awardee today is Berita Hudak. Berita studied with Professor Speyer, and she's missing an important part. So she studied the representation theory of cyclotomic KLR algebras. I went to her thesis talk. I was impressed. I could actually follow along, and I don't normally. So thank you very much, Berta, and we have a message from Professor Speyer.
Hi Berta, I'm thrilled to be able to leave this message for your graduation. It's an exciting day and one you've worked really hard to get to. You completely deserve all the joy this occasion can bring you, and I'm glad you can share it with your friends and family today. As my first PhD student, it's been a great experience supervising you and guiding you as you power through several research problems. As you have no reservations reminding me, the first project I pointed you to ended up being significantly more difficult than we expected. Despite this, you made fantastic progress towards this problem, determining many new homomorphisms between spec modules in quantum characteristic 2, and even finding a really beautiful combinatorial model for matching the standard tableau appearing in your homomorphisms to partition shapes obtained by removing some rim hooks from the starting shape. I was really blown away by that impressive combinatorics you developed, and you should be proud of the result you obtained, despite how difficult it ended up being to get there. You already have your first postdoctoral position lined up, starting in Taipei this September, and I'm sure you'll go on to have a successful career in maths beyond that. Congratulations again on this well-deserved achievement, Dr. Hudak.
Congratulations, Berta. And right now, last but certainly not least, Mohammed Amine Boubakour. Mohammed Boubacar studied under Professor Thomas Bush, and he looked at cold atomic systems in quantum heat engines. And a message from Thomas Bush.
Let me introduce you to Dr. Mohammed Boubacar, or as we know him, Momo. When Momo first came to OIST, it wasn't to dive into quantum physics. Instead, he was already fascinated by the beauty of classical statistical physics and thermodynamics. But as you know, these days you can just slap the word quantum in front of anything, and we were able to convince Momo to join us and work on quantum thermodynamics. Momo has been the ideal PhD student for OIST, incredibly motivated, full of his own ideas, and never willing to settle until he found the answers he was looking for. He has high standards and isn't easily swayed to compromise, whether in his work or in his weekly mission to snack the best piece of gâteau from Keynote store, even if it meant waiting in line for an hour.
Félicitations, mon pote.
All of this dedication has led Momo to carrying out outstanding work that is set to fuel many of the future projects in the Quantum Systems Unit and beyond. Momo, congrats on your hugely successful PhD and the inspiring results you've achieved. We're excited to see what more you'll accomplish in the years ahead and what else we can learn from you.
Thank you, Momo, and thank you, Professor Thomas Bush and President Markides, for your contributions today. So, everybody, please join me once again in applauding these graduates' achievements and in celebration of their OIST PhD degrees.
Excellent, congratulations. We are very fortunate to be sharing 2 awards today. One is for a faculty member and one to a graduate. I would like to call on Provost Professor Amy Shen to do the honors.
Thank you. So I'm very excited to present 2 major awards today. The first one is the Faculty Excellence in Mentoring Award. So this first award is to recognize for a professor that practices inclusive, empathetic leadership and who demonstrates significant contributions to creating an effective, inclusive, and enriching research environment. So this year's award was already presented during the faculty retreat in April. However, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize a very special individual. So Professor Franz Meitinger leads the cell proliferation and gene editing unit and was awarded OIST 2024 Faculty Excellence in Mentoring Award. Please offer your congratulations to Professor Meitinger. One more. So the second award is the Peter Gruss Doctoral Dissertation Excellence Award. This award recognizes and rewards outstanding PhD thesis research by an OIST graduate student. It comes with a prize of 200,000 Japanese yen, still a lot. So this year's Peter Gruss Doctoral Dissertation Excellence Award is being presented to Dr. Vivek Parikh. Dr. Parikh conducts research in the femtosecond spectroscopy unit for his work on time-resolved photo emission and optical spectroscopy of exotons and their interactions. He's currently a postdoc at Caltech. Dr. Parikh was selected as this year's winner by a panel of senior faculty members and the previous year's winner. It was a very difficult decision because there were several very strong contenders. Ultimately, the decision came down to the impact of your work, led to internationally recognized scientific breakthroughs, as shown by the many high-impact journal publications, more than 800 citations so far, and also the awards you have received, such as Caltech's Experimental Prize Fellowship, Mayman Student Paper Award by Optica in 2023, Best Early Career Research Award by Nano Series, and also the Travel Award by APS in 2023. In addition, your supervisor, Professor Danny, credits the major awards that the research unit has recently received as very much down to your input and hard work. So congratulations on this very well-deserved recognition of your outstanding research and also your excellent thesis.
There you go. You can just leave it. No. Excellent. Next, we have an address from one of our new graduates on behalf of the graduating class. Dr. Angelica Koldeva worked in the Biological Complexity Unit, and today she is a software engineer in Tokyo. I would like to invite Dr. Koldeva to the stage.
Hi everyone, I'm Angelica. It was a long day, so I will try and keep my speech short. So first of all, I would like to thank you for this honor of speaking on this stage today and sharing this moment with all of you. Our PhD at OIST was a long journey, and I vividly remember our first weeks here. Back then, many things were different. There was no Lab 4, no Lab 5, and even no Lab 0. And we were just a group of kids starting a new big chapter in our lives. We were happy, excited, and absolutely lost. At the beginning, we didn't know which lab to join. We didn't speak any Japanese, and were constantly getting lost in noise corridors. But that time united us a lot and gave us so many good and warm memories, like cooking food all together, or chasing OIST public Wi-Fi to watch the last episodes of the Game of Thrones, or having the first shopping bus trip to Gushikawa so Yante could finally buy a pillow and not sleep on his jumper, and having our first gatherings at someone's place on campus or in Grand Line. That was great times. And then our PhD journeys began with so many ups and downs along the way. There were so many of the absolutely happiest and memorable moments, like attending the very first conference, or receiving that email saying that your manuscript finally got accepted for publication after fighting for months and months with the reviewers. And of course, meeting the smartest, funniest, and the most beautiful people who will stay with us for the rest of our lives. But none of the journeys is spotless, so neither is a PhD. We all experienced academic failures, which made us ask ourselves, was the PhD the right choice? Or maybe I should have started a career in IT or opened my own bakery. We went through the pandemic, which affected a lot our research and us personally. And every single day, we missed our friends and families who lived so far away from us. But fortunately, we were never alone on this journey, and I would like to thank all the people who supported us along the way. My deepest gratitude to all OIST faculty and OIST grad school. You taught us many valuable lessons, and without you, this journey wouldn't be possible. Also, I would like to thank all the students who work a lot on making OIST a better place. The ones who run the student council, the ones who are actively involved in OIST social life, and the ones who simply support their peers on a daily basis. And the last but not least, I would like to thank Japan and Okinawa for all the warmth, literally and metaphorically, and for becoming our second home. And my deepest gratitude for this opportunity to spend our PhD years in such a place as OIST, which wouldn't be possible without the support from the government of Japan and the Okinawa Prefecture government. And so, here we are now. We don't get lost in OIST corridors anymore, and we remember every corner by heart. And even though our PhD journey is over, OIST will always be a part of us. And here I would like to rephrase one Russian saying: you can take people out of OIST, but you can't take OIST out of people. So to my fellow graduates, I say, congratulations, guys. So let's celebrate this amazing day all together. Let's give a big shout out and applause to all these people on the stage, and I hope to see many of you at the grad ball tonight. Thank you very much.
We are so proud of these new graduates, and we wish them the very, very best as they venture into the world beyond OIST. We hope that you will remain in touch and be part of our growing and active alumni group. Thank you to everyone in the OIST community who supported this event today. A heartfelt thank you to the wonderful quartet, the traditional dancers and sanchin players, and the hardworking teams from across OIST. Again, thank you to Ona Village, the Okinawa Prefectural Government, and the Government of Tokyo, Government of Japan. With your support and collaboration, we do our very best to foster world-class research, education, innovation, and outreach. Once the music begins, the new graduates, who have been admitted to the academic body of the university as symbolized by their red-bordered hoods, will follow the president and the dean in the procession. Guests, please wait in the auditorium until the academic procession has made its exit. If you used an interpretation earpiece, please be sure to return it to us in the lobby. In a moment, there will be a reception just outside by the pond. Please join us for some light refreshments, where OIST branded goods will also be available. Thank you all for joining us in recognition of our graduates' outstanding achievements. This concludes our 2024 graduation ceremony. Please rise for the academic procession.